Welcome, Internet Nomad. This is my own game tale on This Bed We Made. Now I played everything from Don't Nod that plays similar to Life is Strange. I marathoned through the entire series when it came to Switch. With my new Steam Deck, it opened the door to play in other Life is Strange like games. I found this game before it launched on the Life is Strange subreddit. I wishlisted it and kinda forgot about it. Luckily, I kept the game on my wishlist for months and got a notification when it came out. I would have missed this game if I didn't wishlist it. The game came out November of 2023. I bought it day one after seeing it plays like Life is Strange. I played this game in about 3 sit-ins. The only reason I stopped playing was to charge my Steam Deck. The developer Low Birth Games developed the game, and now I follow them on Twitter. I am hoping they release more cool games like this one. Low Birth liked one of my tweets, which is pretty awesome. The concept of this game is you're a maid in the 1950s. As a maid, the player Sophie snoops through objects of the guests, and slowly a mystery appears. This mystery is slowly revealed through the help of your ally. The player has a choice of allies. You could pick Beth or Andrew. Heads up before you play, there's only one choice between Beth and Andrew in the beginning. I was hoping it could have been a group of choices. No matter who you pick, you could romance with that character. I liked how the game handled it. The choices that led to romance are marked. I know some people are turned off with romance. Some narrative games force romance between characters because it's central to the story. Luckily, this game doesn't force that, and at most, Sophie and her ally just kiss at the end if you romance them. The game also has lie mechanics, where Sophie could lie, but future choices could expose the lie and get the player in trouble. I never found this mechanic effective. Every lie never came back up. The last conversation is the only time a lie could be found out, in my experience with the game. A cool mechanic is the tidying mechanics. Not only could you clean the room and make a bed, but you could also throw out almost every object in the room. I want to replay the game and throw out everyone's personal belongings. Depending on how you clean the room, the ending changes. The setting is the 1950s and becomes apparent with the messages and themes of this game. I love how safes you open in the rooms need to be closed or else you could get caught. I forgot to close one safe and that came back to bite me in the end. On Steam, it describes the game as a neo-noir investigation. I like that phrase. The game is a short 3 to 6 hour experience. My first playthrough was 3 hours, but to get all the achievements, several playthroughs are needed. The puzzles are super good. There's one puzzle where there is a coded message on every object in the room is a key for 1 or 2 letters. So you have to search the entire room for books and notes. The game handles many topics, which may be triggering for some people. Luckily, the Steam page includes a list of things that may trigger. The only problem is some of the warnings include spoilers. The Clariton Hotel has some really cool guests. Finding objects in each room creates a story between several guests. Spoilers section. Close this video. I recommend the game, so play it before you listen to this part of the podcast. So the story kicks off with Sophie finding pictures of herself snooping in a hotel room. I decided to throw all the pictures out. I picked Andrew to be my ally just because I was suspicious of Beth getting me in trouble at that choice path. I really want to play with Beth next time. I actually like Andrew's story. I chose this game for Mental Health Awareness Month for a reason. Andrew had a mental illness and was in the hospital with the killer. Andrew is fired when it comes out and he says he has a mental illness. Sophie is fired for snooping. I didn't close the safes and broke a key in the box. I also didn't clean every room. Andrew tells Sophie about his mental health, which leads to Sophie coming clean too. Sophie's mom has a mental illness, but Sophie only tells people she's ill. This is all of the story I want to spoil. The mystery is great, and I don't want to ruin it for you. I'm actually happy I chose Andrew over Beth, because that was very touching to hear. I'm also a person who lives with mental illness, and the stigma is real. I cannot imagine how bad the 50s would have been for me. Now, people can complain about the short playtime, but I honestly enjoy shorter experiences, especially when they invite multiple playthroughs. There's so many achievements that require doing or not doing certain actions. It would be a slog getting everything if you had a longer playtime. Twin Mirror had a small playtime too, and I love that game and could see myself replaying it to see other endings. This game has so many endings, it's crazy. Basically, every character could be fired if certain things are done. I would like to replay the game soon with Beth. Beth's message is a great one for the next month, since she's a part of the LGBT community, and the set in the 1950s is hostile to both mental health and the gay community. I cannot wait to play her part next time I play. I didn't touch on the mystery of this game because I don't want to spoil the story. Play the game, it's great. It has been months and I'm waiting to forget puzzle solutions and story details for my second playthrough. I might play it in June for Pride Month and include my thoughts on the game's other choice in the podcast I was planning to do this year, Making Progress. Making Progress is a podcast where I talk about games I had played within the last month and talk about which part I'm in the game. I made one blog post on my Tumblr about it, but I fell off after the first month. Since I really slowed up on content for YouTube, I'm bringing it back as a YouTube video. Well, that's my own game tale of this bed we made.